My name is Julie Fox, and I am here today to talk about Afton Babe Green, who is my father and a true Wyoming cowboy.
My name is Jenny Kaufman, and I am here to talk about Babe Green, who is our dad, who truly was a very, very good cowboy. What it means that he was a true Wyoming cowboy. He was an excellent horseman. He knew horses inside and out, and he understood how to work cattle. He did a lot of veterinary work and that kind of thing that he probably never was compensated for.
So I think he was a Wyoming cowboy. Our ranch was homesteaded, and so Dad was actually born in his grandmother's house in Loveland, Colorado, and he grew up on the ranch, and that was his whole life. So he rodeoed as a kid and as a young man, and his life was just completely immersed in the ranch. What I think made Dad a good leader was he had a commanding presence, and people have said that to us. When he was about 6'2", and he was just a sturdy man, not heavy, just he had such a commanding presence that when he walked in a room, or it didn't matter if he was judging rodeo or reffing a ball game, when he walked in, you just kind of knew he was there. He had a huge commanding presence. Dad he did have a lot of grit. He killed a rattlesnake. The dog picked it up and flung it at him, and it hit him in the belly.
Stomach.
He was he didn't go to doctors. He just didn't go to doctors. So he kind of doctored himself, and he kind of fancied himself able to do that. So things like that were always happening. He'd cut his finger and he'd stitch it up, or he'd just do stuff like that. So he really was very tough. I mean, he
had a broken
was
neck
tough.
from a horse accident.
He did.
When he was, a young man. I mean, we were probably small kids and never went to the doctor for that. So he had a lot of grit. The values, he was a loving, kind man.
He was a loving,
That's
kind
what up until the day he died, he was loving and kind to people. He was good to people.
Some of the other values, he always had time for people, and he was a very fun man. He was very, very fun, and everybody liked him. So our grandpa brought over a registered quarter horse from Belgium on a boat, and that's the lineage of their horses. And in our growing up, Dad raised registered quarter horses, and so his quarter horses had a name. They were well known in the quarter horse circles, and that was just a big deal. So he was a very good horseman.
Okay, the greatest lesson maybe I've learned from him is how to die with dignity. So when some of our fondest memories of him are what he went through from the time that he ended up in the hospital and got sick to the day he passed away, and his journey in that, it was about a 12-week period, was incredible. And I think we learned a lot of lessons, just how to die with dignity and how to be kind to people up to the bitter end.
Sweet Wyoming home.